ladies and gentlemen, we have a special guest, and um, I invited her to come and talk about a project that she's done for the last 3 years. This would be the fourth, and it's in the disclosure realm. And she has put together an absolute award winning platform and forum in which to share disclosure. She has had and has the best and the brightest people in exopolitics and disclosure in the world um, at her fingertips. And I've asked her to come and talk about her program that she has this year in September in North Carolina. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to introduce you to Dani Henderson of Gsic Greatness. Miss Henderson, would you please come in? Ta-da! There you are.
Hello. Hello, everyone. Hello, Alex, darling. Thank you for having me, my love. How you doing?
We're good. How are you?
Yeah, so good. So excited to be here. And I mean, I've wanted to come on your webinar since you started it. We've got a lot of history, you and I together, that a lot of people don't know, and that's okay. Nobody knows everything and everyone. And we have a long, long history, my love. It goes back several 100,000 years at this state of the game. And as you remember, the first or second Gsic that we did, because it's now our fifth coming up, you were presented with an honored with the Lifetime Achievement Award that we were so thrilled to give you. Right on cue, has it right there. Yeah, I know. And I found the
There it
photos the other
is.
day. I sent them to you. I know it was so wonderful. You were just so appreciative. But every year at a Galactic Spiritual Informers Connection, I've managed to get you on that stage, like even if it was to introduce Elena Danan. And then I think it was last year in September, we got you on stage to actually present. I gave up like 45 minutes of my own time to try and like get you on that stage because, you think that you always say nobody wants to listen to me, Dani. I'm like, Alex Collier, dude, you are the one. You're the one that we come to. Me and Elena Danan and Tony Wood-Riggs and JP. You're the one we land in. You're the soft landing, but you're also the one that guides us when we need guiding in this arena. You're also the one that reminds us that the Andromedans are watching everyone's work, which is so important at this time. So I'm really happy to be here, my love.
Awesome. Dani, why don't you tell us about what you've got lined up for this year
Okay, so
and GSIC and ticket information and you know I'm sure it's going to be fabulous as always.
absolutely, absolutely. Well, we'll go through the speakers first. We had one beautiful session in England already in May, and of course we brought a full fleet of spacecraft. Now, this is for Charlotte, North Carolina, September 19 to 21. We have Elena Danan, the Galactic Federation's emissary, gives information on what's happening upstairs, as you know, because the Andromedans work in tandem with them. She'll be speaking. We have the great Billy Carson. He and
Yeah,
I
good for you.
I know he's fantastic. He's so
He is. He's great.
wonderful. Yeah, and it's funny
He's
because
great.
there are people that they kept us apart, and that's all right too. Disclosure is a journey, of bringing and unifying all the best people together. I used to think that he supported the work of Zachariah Sitchin, who was a known detractor, but he doesn't. He does deep, deep research. He's going to be speaking on simulation theory. And look at this guy. We have Emery Smith. Emery
Amazing.
Smith, yeah, and he's got, I think it's 90 million followers or something. He's been one of the major Gaia TV hosts for a long time. And his body of work is phenomenal. Former US Air Force veteran, of course, been through several secret space programs and also did a biopsy on a gray ET. I bet that was a stinky one. Here we have the incredible Kathy O'Brien. So what I do every year is bring a whole selection of beautiful people at the top of their expertise to bring information uncensored. As you know, at Gsic, it's uncensored. So Kathy O'Brien was prostituted to people like Reagan, and this is not hearsay. It's in her book, The Transformation of America. She reports on Clinton's, both Bush's, and several other world leaders, and she's going to name the names, and there is no holding back. On the 11th on my channel, on my YouTube channel, we present, and she's going to be bringing names there too. Here's our Tony Rodriguez. You could say right now he is somewhat of an inventor, having been to Mars as a little boy, kidnapped by the Earth military, put into secret space programs and also satanic abuse programs. And he brought technology back from Mars and has re-established it here. And he's all about looking after our kids and teaching them well. And there's just so much more to him. Oh my God, Alex, you would so love this guy. Praveen Mohan. He's India's greatest world explorer. He's all over YouTube. He has over 2 million followers. He's been on so many different television shows. He literally goes into the Hindu temples across the world, and he shows us how they are actually mechanical. These ancient temples have moving parts. That's just so incredible. And I'm flying him in from India again to America. Here's a guy a lot of people know, the great Daniel Brinkley. He's another one who has been in a senior position in the military, in the American government. He works currently with the administration who are in power. He's been dead at least 3 times. His expertise on one level is near-death experiences. And he literally spends his life right now sitting with people who are dying, Alex. He takes a hospice person and he guides them to the end of life. Just so beautiful. Nikki Allen, did you meet her? Was she speaking one of the years you were speaking?
Yeah, the last year that I was there in Orlando.
Right, in Orlando.
I never actually got a chance to sit down with her, but you know, you could hear her laughing and sharing, and the audience totally breaking up and laughing. She's quite the funny gal.
She's so funny. She's so beautiful. And she was, again, somebody who was in a service to a humanity situation as a senior police detective. And she'd be sitting with a murderer, questioning a murderer who hadn't yet been found guilty. And the spirit of the person they'd murdered would be standing right next to her. So she had a tough time as a psychic, born into a generational family, a seventh of a seventh of a seventh, a very long lineage. She is so funny and wonderful. And she brings some of the spiritual elements of a galactic spiritual informer. This is Max Lowen. The main reason I chose her is because she's exposing child trafficking and other worse atrocities underneath the Vatican, and she has and can prove it. So we're exposing everything from White House, Pentagon, Vatican, and other crimes against humanity, children in particular. So she'll be there giving, again, uncensored information. Here is our JP, our insider. Now he's somewhat of a retired veteran. However, he is still doing live missions. We've learned a lot from JP about the ancient space arcs in the oceans that are all online. And we know that disclosure is on time and the arcs cannot be taken over at the soul level. Here is I am a long-term ET experiencer, physical experiencer, paranormal experiencer, worked on British television for a long time, reporting on the events in my life. And I'm also hosting because
what about your book? What about your book? Talk about your book for a minute.
I will. It's here in the resources area on the website. It is called Angels, Demons, and Aliens.
Right.
And I wanted to bring to light that I have had physical experiences in person with all 3 species. They are not the same. As some people say that, you know, aliens are really demons. No, they're not. But a demon will pretend to be an ET and it will pretend to be an angel. And I've witnessed that too. So these are my personal experiences from my birth, which I remember, to the present day. And I also did it so I could help other people who've had their own real experiences. And as children, we're shut down. We're told, oh, be quiet, just nobody believes you. And I believe you. We believe you. And so many have written to me, Alex, and said, oh my God, I saw myself in your book. I recognized myself in your book. Can I share the promo for Galactic Spiritual?
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
So here is our
Absolutely.
promo from this year from Eastbourne also. Can you hear it?
Not yet.
Right. So could you hear that, or is it silent still?
You'd have to share it as is in the presentation.
Okay, so an embarrassing blonde moment. Yes, exactly. I don't mind. So I got to hit present. Oh my gosh. Okay, screen. Okay. Oh, okay. Hi, everyone. I'm all fingers and thumbs. Oh my gosh. James showed me how to do this. Video? No. Okay. We did a practice run earlier. Boys, I'm so sorry. Here we are. Hopefully this will play. This looks like it's going to be promising. Earth. We bring physical evidence, able to prove that disclosure is happening, and we are leading the way. The speakers at Charlotte this year are phenomenal. Elena Danan, Billy Carson, Kathy O'Brien, Tony Rodrigues, JP, Praveen Mohan, Nikki Allen, Daniel Brinkley, Dani Henderson.
A lot of conferences have skywatches. The Gsic ones just have spaceships show up.
We asked the Galactic Federation of Worlds to send craft. We told people the time, the day, and the place. Skywatch in Eastbourne was incredible. There was over 2,000 people, eyewitnesses, standing, watching, and so many different craft came in. There were cigar-shaped, there were plasma ships, there were scout ships. There were anomalies in the sky that nobody could explain.
Oh, the audience was lovely, and they always were always close to you, hugging, a lot of hugs.
It's just the magic of being with like-minded souls and seeing the proof of what we're all talking about, being in the collective of the leaders of disclosure and the leaders of the knowledge of what's happening with the planet.
Every Gsic, Dani Henderson says to me, I think this year we passed another level. And we did, and every Gsic, it's going to be more amazing, more extraordinary.
Come to one of these, it will change your life.
Awesome.
There we go. There we go.
How can people get tickets? Where's your site?
Yeah, it's literally, it's so easy. All they need to do is go galacticspiritualinformers.com. Galacticspiritualinformers.com. It's got everything. It's got tickets to appear in person. We're doing another Skywatch. We're also going to do this year a sharing session, because so many people need to be heard. They need their stories to be shared with people who aren't going to judge them, aren't going to mock them. People are seeking and searching their soul family, their star family. So we're doing special things with a lot more audience participation this year, because it's so important. And all of the speakers, we all want it. We all need it. We want people to feel safe, and because there's so much confusion right now. So we're just going to bring that love and that cozy, safe place to be. So galacticspiritualinformers.com, and that'll give you all the information that you need. One thing I want to say about the video I just shared, which I think is absolutely crucial, is that especially in the last, just in May, so just May, June, July, so just less than 2 months ago, May 10th in Eastbourne, England, we were all, there's over 2,000 of us standing waiting for craft to come over the sea in a very small area. Because again, like we did with you in Denver, in Westminster, Colorado, they flew over the hotel. And we had night vision footage of that, and we recorded it, and you were there when you saw the TR-3B. So we proved that the Good Earth military worked with the good White Hats, the Earth Alliance. So it was obviously attacked horrifically. And, as you know, that's been happening. It's very sad and upsetting, but we have to keep going. And then in England, we were down the beach, and I figured that there'd be no interference because we're over the deep blue sea. And it took bloody ages for the craft to come in. They finally came in, and Elena's, working with her implants, saying, Thorhan said they're on their way. They'll be here in 20 minutes. So we saw 2, and I ordered 2 myself. I put a request in to Jor-El, who's the admiral on the Galactic Federation of Worlds battleship called the XL6, because he's a human like you and I. So a human person, you have to go through the human military protocol. So I put a message to Elena. She put that to Thorhan. He transcribed it, and however they, binary code, however they get it upstairs. And it finally came back to me. We have all the physical evidence of that. He said, yes, Dani, I will guarantee 2 ships, because we put a lot of pressure on JP to be the one to bring the craft, and it wasn't fair because he hasn't done that before with such a big crowd. So I thought, if I guarantee 2 spacecraft, we're all good. And of course, JP did a beautiful job, and many craft came in after my first 2. But at first, I couldn't understand, why are the Galactic Federation craft out there over the horizon? Why aren't they coming in? And I'm like, bugger this, it's just wrong. And people are getting cold. And I found it a little bit stressful. Like, oh my gosh, please come, guys, please fly over. Anyway, after a while, they started flashing, they cloaked, they then beamed, and then a massive TR-3B. And JP thinks it's one of the more advanced craft that the military deny having. And everybody saw it, and it flew so low. So again, we proved that the Galactic Federation of Worlds is working in hand with the Earth Hat, the White Hats, the Good Earth military. But it just took so long. And I was so cross. And then, Elena's like, Dani, we have to be able to prove there's protocol. We can't just have UFOs whizzing around and go, look at that, look at that. We have to show the alliance. Well, on that night, somebody else was on duty because somebody had to step down. The person that stepped up on that night for operations, military operations, he wasn't read in on the event that was planned that night. And so he tried to block it, bless him. It's on a need-to-know basis. Hey, by the way, military, we're working with aliens. It doesn't go down very well, even with certain military personnel. But anyway, we proved it, Alex. We proved it again. And we'll do it again in Charlotte on Friday, the 19th of September, 2025. So, guys, come. You got to come.
That's awesome. The larger ship, it's essentially a carrier ship, not a 1-man or 2-man TR-3B. This is a carrier ship. They're TR-9s now. They're up to TR-9s. So that's awesome. That's so cool. Any stories? Anything you want to share from your last conference in May? About the conference, things that happened to people other than going out and seeing ships.
Exactly. I had it in a ancient theater, and of course I didn't want to go bankrupt because I don't have partners in my Gsic, in my conferences. I do every thing because I don't want somebody coming in, manipulating, putting in a speaker who's not telling the truth. And we don't do it for fame or glory. We're doing it for humanity, of course. And it was in this ancient theatre that was ever so haunted, and it was just so was so funny. I kept pointing up to the top where I'd seen a spirit. I'm going, I'm glad I'm not up there, you guys. But the love that comes in from everyone, there are always ETs in the audience, and it's so easy to spot them now, especially now we're kind of more in that 4 and 5D resonant energy. People are freer than they've ever been. Programs are just being deleted from their experience because we've all been held down in this really heavy gravity kind of 3D energy. And it's just so beautiful watching people connect in that way and recognizing each other. We had yet again a couple falling in love, and they just went to meet her parents, and I can't wait to say who that is. It's just so lovely. Like, just everything happens at a Gsic in the most beautiful way. And I think, again, people hearing truth firsthand, it is shocking. And I say to people, don't bring your little kids, because we are not going to edit. It's not the time to edit. You're either in it for the truth, or it's not the conference for you, but don't bring your babies. But yes, so many beautiful things happen. And, Elena presented on the latest technology that's on the planet and off the planet. JP was hilarious. He's really grown. Now he's on his own man. He's just really built in confidence, and he was great. We're hoping that he will remove the mask, but we don't know, because he said if he's going to do it, it'll be at the Gsic. But he has to wait because, of course, he's so attacked, and he's got a young family, which he openly speaks about. And so there are other men also working with him that will also recognize him because he's undercover for some of the missions. So he spoke a lot about that. Tony Rodriguez, amazing man. He spoke again. And Tony's so joyous. And he's another one. There was a reverence with him where he used to be a little bit held back. Tony Rodriguez, well, not the case anymore. That man is in your face. He is owning everything that happened to him, and he will not tolerate. He just blew open a team of people that were obviously trying to distract him. Go make this, go make that. He's like, that's it, that's enough. I'm my own man, and here's what's happening. Nikki Allen was incredible. She did a beautiful mass audience meditation. People were crying. I mean, it gets so emotional at a Gsic, as you know. And then there's all the dancing. I mean, people come and they say to me, Dani, I don't dance all year round until I come to a Gsic, because when we come on for a new song, and I'll put on a great song and just get everyone going, and because it helps build the energy as well. It really, really does. And when you're sitting in that, when greatest energy wins, so when you're in an environment that is genuinely loving and exciting, it's addictive. You can't get enough of it, and that's what everyone says. And also, we have beautiful vendors, and I like people to come with proven technology that will help the human body. And so there's people that can lay down, you can book to go there at a certain time. I think I have about 16, and actually I've still got some spaces for vendors. It's a big space, and it's such a beautiful hotel. It's just been refurbished. The conference is held in the conference halls called Le Méridien, but the discounted hotel rooms, guys, are in the Sheraton, and it's all the same building. So you'd come down from your lovely room in the Sheraton, walk across a little hallway and into the Le Méridien, into the conference area. There's a hotel bar that's open to the skies, because on the first night we'll all go to the park area, which is right by the hotel, to see the craft coming in. And Elena Danan is going to share with people how to bring in their own star families, because we're ready for that too. It isn't just us, me, you, Elena, Tony, JP, that can bring in craft. Other people can, and they're in the sky the whole time now. It's just open season for spotting. It's like yawn, another UFO. Except they're not unidentified; they're identified, aren't they?
Yes, they are. We pretty much know who they are.
Yeah.
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 That's
so
awesome.
I know.
I just want to say I'm very proud of you for coming up with this idea, and the woods at Shasta, and at that picnic table, and then just making it manifest, pulling it into reality. And you set the bar now. you absolutely have set the bar,
Yeah.
and it's pretty tough to beat.
Thank you.
It's
Yeah,
really
no,
tough to beat.
it's true. And again, it's proving that we are all ET contactees, myself included, of course. And it was the ETs that really guided me. And the thing that really did it for me, that push over the edge to sign that first hotel contract, because it's hundreds of thousands of dollars that just to the hotel. People have no idea until you start looking into how to do a conference. And yeah, I was hanging out with you and Tony Rodriguez at that little picnic table. And it just landed, the idea landed in me, that I should put together a conference. I've never done that in my entire life. I had no idea what I was doing. And I said to you guys, if I put on a conference, will you speak? And you both went, uh-huh. And it was literally birthed from there. But the night before I signed the contract, I was so stressed. My body felt like a twisted pretzel. I've never known stress like it. I kept thinking, I can't do this. Who am I to put on a conference? I mean, I know you guys, we all knew each other, most of us already behind the scenes anyway, but I hadn't presented myself for it. I didn't even have a YouTube channel at that time. I thought I was going to be, my mission was going to be more behind the scenes. I didn't know I was going to be so out front. And then I was living in Costa Rica on my own in my house, top of a mountain by myself in the jungle canopy. And I was advised to go outside. And oh my God, I saw this gigantic ship. And I haven't seen a ship since this one. And it was almost like a diamond shape. And the top of the ship, the roof kind of curved over. And it was like a beautiful pale light purpley color, and it was kind of liquid, and then it came down and it was alive, Alex. The ship was living, and it had lots of little lights for windows, and I swear I heard so loud, and it went through my body like a sine wave, we are here, we are with you. And I knew it was the Intergalactic Confederation and Una, who I'm connected to. And again, we don't often speak about that publicly. We kind of let Elena talk about most of the ETs. But of course, me and Elena are on the same team. And that was what really kind of prompted me. I thought, well, the ETs are with me. They really want this to happen. And so, ta-da, here we are today, about to do our 5th one and growing and bringing it to beautiful Charlotte. Which is going to be an extraordinary experience because, again, energetically, we are trying to bring the light in the darkness. So we did a couple in Orlando. We did near Denver, as you know, last year. We did Eastbourne because I couldn't, the heaviness of London, no. And I wanted the open sea so we could not mistake that many spacecraft of all shapes, colors, and sizes came in. And in Charlotte, like Daniel Brinkley was saying, he's like, Danny, there's people here that full of BAs. He goes, you're so brave bringing Gsic here. I'm like, oh my God, I don't actually know, I get pointed in the direction.
That's how he sounds too.
It is.
That's exactly how he sounds.
He's so funny. I said to him the other day when I interviewed him on my channel, which is Dani Henderson on YouTube. I interviewed him and I said, Daniel, nobody else can create more syllables saying BS than you. It's like BAS. It just sort of goes on forever. Yeah, he's so lovely. And he said it's a real Christian or religious hold, like a stranglehold. And like, we're going in there, we're breaking open, we're cracking the light doors open, and we're bringing aliens and DTs. I wonder how Charlotte's going to feel after that.
I don't know. It won't be the same, that's for sure.
It's going to be great.
Oh.
Yeah.
So one more time, why don't you give your website?
It's galacticspiritualinformers.com. That's all you need. Galactic Spiritual Informers.
Is it .com or .com?
.com. Yeah. And then everything is there. Tickets, but you got to get your ticket first to then get the cheap hotel rooms and the discounted car park. That's how it works. It's set up that way. And don't book the Le Méridien side for hotel rooms, guys. It's much more expensive. Go for the Sheraton side. So just follow the prompts and you'll get all the deals that we can possibly give you. Yeah, brilliant.
Awesome.
And we're sorry you're not coming. but you were coming. I invited you again. And then, of course, I invite you every year because you think that people don't want to hear you, but we do. You should never have retired. You retired way too early, naughty man. But then there's a surprise event in your private family. And so there's no way you're missing that. And that's the only reason you're not speaking this year. So otherwise,
That's exactly right. But in my defense, back in the 90s and the early 2000s, it was really rough. It was really rough. It was the wild, wild west, and everybody was taking shots, and those of us who were talking then or yelling into the wind, we just got beat up, and we got really, really tired. We got really, really tired. And I've had this conversation with Elena, we're all bridges. We take it so far, and then the next team shows up, and then they take it further, and then the next team will show up and they'll take it off world. And that's just how it works. So we'll see what happens next year. I don't know, but I appreciate you always asking me. And it's the best time I've ever had. And I know Michael Sala feels that it was the best time he's ever had. And many others have said it's the best time they've ever had. And that's really because of you and your team and the people that work for you and all the hard work you put into it. And of course, it's the family of speakers. Once you get them all together, they're family after that. It just happens. So, and the people in the audience, they meet people of like mind, and they make new friendships, and they extend their family as well. So it's just remarkable, ladies and gentlemen. If you can go, September 19th, 21st, in Charlotte, North Carolina, Gsic 2025, and tell them Dani sent you.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Alex Collier. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Love you too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Boys, you might need to get me out of here because I don't know what I'm doing. James, take me! Shut up! Oh, please. No more humiliation. There we go.
A graceful exit.
She's always a hoot. She is always a hoot. There's some really remarkable people in this field. There really are. Genuine, authentic people with great depth. And, we're all blessed to meet people like that in our lives because they change us. They change us. And if we can hold on to those relationships and build them and nurture them, then, all of us grow from those relationships. It's really quite extraordinary.